Hello, Internet. Welcome back to Canadian Love. This is Michael Mazurkovich. So I just wanted to do a little mini episode because I'm really grateful for our first two episodes and the people who are on them, and it's really helping to consolidate our vision, So for me and for our beautiful team here, this is something that we're working on and we're learning about as we go. And most of this is going to be about the interview with Gordon because Holly's interview was really about her personal spiritual ideology and what she feels and what her people feel, which, it's hard to argue with someone talking about how they themselves feel. Where Gordon had a bunch of opinions about politics that, frankly, were really unpopular with a bunch of my friends. And it really excited me that when I posted a Facebook Live of, the actual interview happening, I had a lot of comments. I had a lot of people engaging. And a lot of those comments were very angry. And I think that's fascinating because it really helped me understand what the vision is for this show. So for this show, we don't want this to be about what people believe. We know what people believe. You ask them, they'll tell you very easily. You make a post on Facebook, you'll see miles of comments of what people believe. What we're interested in is why people believe what they believe. Understanding those beliefs so that we can start to find the common ground. Because here's the thing, and this is huge in mediation. It's like icebergs. You have an iceberg that this is their opinion, but then this is why that opinion exists. This is the waterline. And when you have two icebergs, they can't communicate. They're all the way up here. You've got the left and the right, and they're like, climate change is real. Climate change is not real. Oh, I guess we can't agree then. So that's, sorry, Canada. I don't know what we're going to do for our policies. But if you delve deep into why, then you have things like basic human decency or loving other Canadians. And those are things that you can work with and you can build back up and create a better country, policy, community, office break room, whatever. So that's really what this show is about. And I really want to thank the people who commented on the video for showing me that, and Gordon for showing us these beautiful opinions that a lot of people disagree with. Frankly, I disagree with most of them, but understanding the why becomes so much more powerful because I disagree with them. So we're just going to take a quick look at Gordon's right-wing opinion just to sort of show where I'm coming from on this. Gordon describes himself or says that he is described frequently as right-wing. He does not believe climate change is real. I do believe climate change is real. My sources of information that I subscribe to say that greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are reflecting heat waves back into the Earth and raising the temperature. He feels that is the natural rising and falling of the Earth's temperature. But when we look at what his values are, he's not against cap and trade because it's climate change. He's against cap and trade because he feels that it's a financial, a system of moving money around in the name of carbon tax that doesn't actually have any boots to the ground pollution control. I'm really into the idea of boots to the ground, actually putting filters on smokestacks and car exhaust and asking car manufacturers to put more filters on exhaust pipes or moving to greener cars. Like, he and I can definitely agree on the idea of more boots to the ground pollution control and less highfalutin financial cap and trade stuff. Gordon is not against immigrants. He is against illegal immigrants because he feels that there are many illegal immigrants who are gaming the system and frankly taking resources away from the illegal immigrants who are actually running from things. I agree with that. I do not want our resources that Canada is putting towards helping people who are escaping stuff and need the safety and sanctuary of our country being given to people who are really rich and just gaming our system. I agree with him on that. I'd have to put some research to see how much of that is actually happening, but I agree that that's something that we need less of, and that that the policies need to be worked around helping the people who need help and stopping the resources from being taken away by the people who don't need the help. I agree with him on that. Gordon says that he has been described as an Islamophobe and does not feel he is an Islamophobe. However, he does worry that many countries where the religion is dominantly Islamic have customs and cultural practices that are extremely misogynist and that he worries, that he finds it ironic that the left in Canada, doesn't seem worried about this. I don't know if I agree with him about the irony part, but the fact is that in Muslim countries, women have to cover all of their faces except their eyes, or in some customs, just everything except their this part of the face. Men don't have to do that. That's misogyny. Like, I want people to come to Canada and engage in their cultural practices that they love, but I also want Muslim women who come to Canada to wear what they want. While I feel that I am open to Islamic culture coming to Canada, you can't deny that many countries with Islamic culture have more misogynistic practices, and that's something to work out. He's not against refugees coming to Canada. What he's against is having them in holding tanks where they are using Canadian resources without being integrated into the workforce quickly, because there's just so many to process. I mean, I think if it's necessary, it's necessary, but I do agree that the system is catching up to all of these refugees and immigrants coming in who don't speak the language and need processing and need to be integrated in the workforce. So I think I see it a little differently than him, but I agree that we could improve the system for the efficiency of taking these refugees and immigrants and integrating them faster into the Canadian workforce so that they can be a part of things faster and not be sitting around in cramped hotel rooms with, waiting for their lives to begin. So, I think those were all the ones that I really wanted to touch on for him. So here is someone who, if we look at the tips of the iceberg, someone like him and someone like my friends on the left, or me, can't agree. But if we boil it down to why he believes those things, I agree with him on a lot. And if we can do that as Canadians, if we can see the underlying reasons why we believe what we believe, then we can connect and we can agree and we can build a country that is better for everyone. So that is why we're doing this show. That is why this show is a thing. That is why I feel so strongly about wearing a toga, and that is why we're going to Toronto now to interview a bunch of stoners who will probably all be high about their political opinions, is that we really want Canadians to start unpacking that and not yelling at each other because of surface level beliefs, but rather connecting and negotiating because of deep underlying beliefs. One of the most powerful things that Gordon said to me, right after saying that he's a yellow vester who is frequently associated with being a right-wing guy, is he said, I feel that the corporations and that a government that is largely accountable to corporations instead of to the humans in Canada are taking advantage of real working class Canadians. When I talk to my friends who are really passionate about the left, they say, I feel that the government is too beholden to corporations, isn't accountable enough to regular humans, and that Canadian large corporations and international large corporations and the government assisting them are taking advantage of regular humans. His deepest core political belief is the same as mine and a lot of people on the left. Guys, we can work together. We can love each other. Canada can be a better place. It can happen. I say let's do it. Thank you for watching this brief Mazurkiewicz rant style episode of Canadian Love. Yeah, thank you for letting me be on my soapbox to you. This is the part where I say things like, Zach, what do I say? Please feel free to, like and subscribe. You said something about like clicking the bell. Please feel free to hit the bell for notifications for when our videos go up. Because apparently that's how YouTube works. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook where we'll be posting like BTS stuff. Because I think I'm really funny. So I do a lot of stuff on camera. They're actually funnier than I am though. Yeah, so that's all. Thanks again for joining us. See you soon.